This is the KIZER original, and I think that this is one of the best EDC knives right now. It is a recent drop, but with this blade shape, I think this is one of the most useful blade shapes out there. I absolutely love this model. This one is in 14C, but there are other more premium versions, S45 and other handle materials, etc. I do have a couple different versions, and we're going to sharpen it up really quick. These are just some bonded stones. This is also some bonded stones. I'm going to use my hybrids because these ones are my favorite sharpening stones. So these right here are conditioning stones. I got a full video coming. I was recommending the Nagura 220, which is a good conditioning stone. These are a lot better though. They cut a lot faster. I recommend just pretty much getting the medium, but I do have full videos coming on these conditioning stones. They basically just help keep the surface of your bonded diamond stone fresh, keeps it nice and flat, and also keeps the diamonds exposed when they start wearing down. So I have some dish soap, some liquid dish soap and water here. You just mix it up until the bubbles expand so much that you stop hearing it shake around in the bottle. And we are going to sharpen this puppy up. I want to clean it a little bit. I do got it nice and filthy from everything I've put it through over the past few days. Cool thing with this soapy water is you can use it for a lot of different things. Now, one thing that's really cool about this knife is the shape. The handle is very neutral. It's gonna fit in most people's hands and be comfortable. And this blade shape is so easy to sharpen and tune up. So when you're going across the stone, I have very little lift I need to do to get the entire shape of the blade. So really, I'm only lifting my elbow up that much. So this is when I'm going across the stone and I'm hitting the heel. And then as I go across, I'm gonna lift my elbow to get to the tip. But this has a deep hollow grind. So being that it's a deep hollow grind, it's also nice and thin behind the edge. So it cuts really well, and it's very easy to sharpen because the geometry, the thickness behind the edge is gonna be basically what takes the most time. So if it's thicker, it's gonna take longer. If it's thinner, it's gonna go faster. And your edge angle. In this case, I'm going about 17 degrees per side. And this is 14C 28M blade steel. So it's a mid-range steel. I personally love it. I love it because of how sharp it gets. It takes an incredibly sharp edge. It sharpens up really quick, and it's an easy steel to hone and strap back many, many times over. When sharpening, there's no time length. It's just until when your bevel is set, that's when you're finished on that side. You don't have to finish it before flipping. You can do a little bit of both, where I work on this side a little bit and then go back to it, but you're not done with this stone or any stone until the bevel is complete, whether it's cutting in the new bevel or removing the other stone scratches and replacing it with your new stone. So when you're going from, say, a 200 grit to a 600 grit, you want to make sure the entirety of that 200 grit is gone and the 600 grit is all you see. Like this side would be pretty much finished. You can see the scratch pattern reaches the apex except for one little spot right there. But if you look at this side, you can see I've been working on it, but I still have much more to go because my new scratches have not covered up the old ones and haven't reached the apex. Once you cut in your bevel with the first stone and you've reached your apex with your scratch pattern and you do have a burr now from both sides, and now you're ready to switch to another stone. And then you want to do the exact same thing through all the stones until you reach your desired finish. You don't have to go all the way to a mirror polish. You can use 2 stones, 3 stones, or as many stones as you want. You just basically want to get to a point to where you are happy with your edge and then do your burr removal. So this is the stone I'm going to finish on. This is 650 grit, a 650 grit hybrid. And this is a nice medium grit, toothy finish It has a lot of bite, but is also fine enough for the finer details. So it's a finish I like on most steels. And now for one of the most important parts, my burr removal. I'm going to use a little bit of a finer grit. This is a 1500 grit. You don't have to do this. You can use the same stone you were sharpening on. I just prefer to use a little bit of a finer grit. My burr is on this side of the knife, so I'm going to basically do what acts like kind of like a stropping pass. I'm going to do that from each side, flipping my burr back and forth until it gets fatigued, and then I'm going to do some regular forward passes using very little pressure, if not any pressure really, because I only want the stone to touch the burr, because it has every ability to tear this burr off without any pressure. And I don't want to change any of my grit from the last stone. I'm just trying to let the burr snag the stone and pop off naturally. And there we go. Now it's time to strop. We got a Neeves knife go strop here with stroppy stuff, 0.5 micron. Find it on Neeves Knife Co.